Good morning, comic book fam. Good morning. Welcome to another comic book review, and today we're going to be talking about, well, another tie-in book to The King in Black, and this one ties in, well, with a Deadpool number 10, King Deadpool cover. Like that. I mean, isn't that cover gorgeous? Look at that. Look at that little fella here. It's, excuse me, absolutely good cover. But is this actually a good tie-in book? I mean, to be honest, it is a Deadpool book, so you can't really take it super serious. I think it's better than Thunderbolts. I think it's an interesting, well, maybe not interesting, but it's an okay tie-in. It doesn't add up to the story, but also it doesn't take away from the story. And, you know, it's just there. Something would happen if you wouldn't read that? No. But if you like Deadpool, you know, you might want to see what he's up to, of course, during the King in Black thing. This is not a bad idea. Alright, so this book starts out quite simple. We remember it starts on Staten Island, and you remember, you know, that actually Deadpool is a king right now on Staten Island. Like, he tried to, you know, get to the X-Men, but he couldn't. And there's gonna be a lot of things taken from movies in this book. I can appreciate a couple of times, like, you know, like, okay, ready for the camera, or ready for the hero shot, or whatever. But this book does it a lot, and to the point where, like, oh, really? You know, it's like a bit of cringe. It's like, come on, it's like fifth time in like 2 pages. That's enough is enough, right? So the humor is a bit, you know, not that. Again, that is almost the last issue. The next one is the 30th anniversary, and there is not going to be any more Deadpool for now. There is going to be a different writer probably at some point, you know, in the future, but right now that is it. So the book kicks off, of course, you know, at the Staten Island, because the Earth got taken over by the Black Goo, as Deadpool says, and of course we got its great shot of his, you know, of his round table, and all the characters here, they're talking about, like, what can we do, right? You know, how can we, you know, attack that goo, because it's gonna kill us. And he goes like, no, you know what? We need a team. We need a brand new team. Well, let's do it. So Deadpool, you know, tries to get a new team, and well, they're like, sir, you've already done that. Like, we are your team. He's like, no. There are, like, other things. We need the Wu-Tang Clan. And he goes like, well, but, you know, why do we need Wu-Tang Clan? He's like, he's from Staten Island. Like, we need the Wu-Tang Clan. So we got a panels of, you know, Deadpool actually, this is straight from the Deadpool movie. It's like, hey, what are your powers? Okay, you shoot, you know, from a mouth. Cool. What are your powers? Too many eyes? No, you're not. Snow? You're only talking, like, you know, in snow puns? No, not really. Which, again, they're taking him. So he's assembling the brand new team, and he goes like, alright, now for the hero shot. And you see the brand new team. And even though he said no to some characters, like he said no to the snowman, like the snowman is here, so it doesn't matter. Like, literally anything in this book doesn't matter, but it's, again, it's fun, it's no-brainer, right? So they're going, and they're about to fight this Black Goo, the King in Black, and, you know, the cultists show up, and the cultists go like, oh, you know, if you go there, you lose. And he goes like, okay, but why? What is going on? They're like, listen, the whole thing is that it's been said that, you know, in our books, that something like King like Null is gonna come, and, you know, you're gonna get destroyed. It's like, okay, cool. So why you don't want me? No, we just want to be relevant in the story. And he doesn't like to read some comic books, and he punches them and he moves. So we go straight to the battle. Of course, Deadpool versus the dragon, and that is going to be the battle here. They're gonna fight one of the dragons. So they're trying to fight it out, but, you know, they can't get through, right? Because if this touches you, well, you're being turned into that. And it touches, of course, Jeff the shark, and Jeff becomes venomized. So, like, okay, we gotta do it for Jeff's. Another hero pose. So we got another team pose that he says to camera. Again, in 3 pages, 2 of them. A bit too much, I would say, right? It's a bit too much. But in the meantime, you know, we see a Jelly. He was Jelby, that's his name. And Jelby, if you were reading the Deadpool, is one of those creatures that can, that is just made out of gel, and he can like put inside of him like certain people to protect them. I believe Deadpool used him to get into Krakoa for X-Men, if I remember correctly. So actually Jelby takes Jeff, so the dragon that's venomized, puts him in this bubble, and well, they saved him. He is safe, but he's still venomized. They're like, hey, we have an idea. We can get inside the Jelby and we can fight. So Jelby is fighting, and we go into this scene where we have like those bubbles talking, you know, the bubble heads. So this is the big battle of the issue, and you know, Deadpool just makes a lot of jokes because they're not landing, to be honest, about like mechs, about, you know, like Transformers and all of that stuff. But they're just so not good. It's like they're shooting, you know, like fire through the ass of Jelby. It's funny, but it's just, you know, it's not as Deadpool-ish as I would want it to be, right? You know, because of, again, it's a funny scene, but his commentary is just not funny at all, right? So it's not going hand-to-hand situation with what Deadpool is saying. It's like, you know, sinkhole or death, like, you know, it's not landing, you know, or like, well, you just got owned, Pop. Like, no, it's not lying. So we've got the dragon landing in the cave and in the hole in the ground, and actually, you know, that looks like, okay, it's taking me, right? Because it grabbed Deadpool. So like, we gotta say goodbye. It wasn't some issue. I'm gonna whisper to you. They kiss, and Deadpool is already fighting the demon. Of course, Deadpool beats him. We see at the end they are actually helping out Jeff, because they remembered that, you know, those frequencies that were used on symbiote, they actually work on they can get rid of the symbiote. And everyone lives on, and again, who is gonna take over the book? My only problem with the ending here is that if it was that simple to use the sonic cannon or those frequencies, I feel like Reed Richards and others in the King in Black would use it. They would not use Dylan. But overall, again, this is the book you're not reading serious. It's a lighthearted story. It's supposed to make you laugh, not think, like, even, you know, if this is this huge threat, you should just laugh at it, and you should just be like, yeah, that's cool, you know, it's funny. And I think we need books like that in the current times. So solid 7. Could have been better, but you know what, because it's dumb, it's, you know, it's something that you should not overthink, and it's Deadpool, it's 7 from me. Worth picking up, especially now before the 30th anniversary, because that is literally the last of this series. Of course, then we got the nerdy 30, and those are going to be some mini stories, so that is the end, right? Like, even here, someone else will probably do a new Deadpool book, question mark. And I want to see some new names, because I didn't really like the whole storyline of those 10 issues of, you know, Deadpool being a king, that Krakoa. I want, you know, him to go back to the Marvel Now initiative where it started. It was something different, and now it's just like, let's make it over the top and let's make him swear a lot. Not really what I want from a Deadpool, right? So hopefully it's gonna get better. So that's a Deadpool for you. 7 out of 10. Not a bad book. You know, you can laugh. You can share a laugh or two. So yeah, goodbye, good night. I hope you're gonna enjoy that book on your own. Have a fantastic rest of the day. Bye.